Hello and welcome everyone to Quantum Miracles, how to change your consciousness and reprogram your brain so you can heal your trauma and manifest anything. My name is Melissa Binkley and I am here to guide you into the 5 simple steps that are going to allow you to learn how you can start shifting your consciousness, how to reprogram your brain, how to heal trauma, mental illnesses, physical illnesses, and to create the life that you want through manifestation and to shift from goal setting to something that's more in flow. And so first I want you to just take a moment and just breathe in, just creating a beautiful breath and connection, and just know that you are exactly where you are meant to be today. In this beautiful, lovely day. And I want to welcome you to this training. So my name is Melissa Binkley, and for those of you that don't know who I am the founder of the Intuitive Intelligence Academy. It is the world's leading healing school for spiritual alchemy. I have been able to share the stage and platforms with such names as Deepak Chopra, Marianne Williamson, John DeMartini, Gabby Bernstein, and we have been in magazines such as Inc. magazine and Authority magazine and Thrive Global. I'm a #1 international best-selling author, and I have traveled around the world doing intuitive intelligence and transformational healing work and working with special populations with PTSD, trauma, sex trafficking, and all of these amazing things. And I also train and do business and soul strategy for high-level CEOs and entrepreneurs that are creating great strides in the world and making a massive difference. But it wasn't always that way for me. I, at once, just less than 20 years ago, was ridden with anxiety and stress. I was on every type of medication that there was. I was diagnosed as bipolar. I was diagnosed with depression. You could find me in hiding in closets with bite marks up and down my arms. And I had from having a very traumatic childhood. And in 2009, I was homeless. And I've become from that space to creating an international organization that helps people to change their consciousness and reprogram their brain and really learn how to heal and manifest. Did you know that you can heal physical illnesses, mental illnesses, and trauma completely? And so today, that's what I'm going to share with you, the key to creating a life that you love and being able to take the first steps into shifting your life into something that can really, truly manifest everything that you've ever wanted to create. This is for you. You are in the right place. If you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed in your business or in your life, you're struggling with self-confidence or self-worth, maybe you've been betrayed by someone that you thought was a friend, or you're a little worried about money and your career. Have you been suffering from a lifelong health issue that you'd love to clear up? Or are you just looking to go to the next level? Have you gotten to a place in your life where everything seems pretty good, but now you want to take this pretty good and turn it into pretty freaking great, which is what I want to share with you how to do. So today, you're going to discover how to uncover the hidden blocks that are sabotaging your ability to have more money, more love, better health, and more happiness in your life, starting right now. I promise that by the end of our conversation today, you will have actionable techniques that you can take away to start immediately shifting things in your life. And then you're going to learn how to eliminate some of your biggest fears, doubts, insecurities, and the limiting beliefs that are holding you back from success, or holding maybe even your clients, if this is work that you do in the world, back from success. And you'll also start to learn the first techniques into how to heal physical conditions. I have seen throughout my travels in the world, through my conferences and my events and our immersive retreats, people heal from endometriosis, hypothyroidism, eczema, just to name a few of the things right off the top. I had somebody that actually came to a retreat that had x-rays where they had spinal issues, and only 5 days later went back and the x-rays were completely clear. What if you could have that in your life? And so that's what we're going to do today. But I also want to tell you that I only have a limited amount of time with you. And so although I'm going to show you, and we're going to dive deep into the techniques that are a part of this in Quantum Miracles, this intuitive intelligence work, I am going to only have a limited time. So I promise to show you how to get more of this yumminess, more of this incredible work, so that you can do it on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, and how you can really start to shift and change in your life. Did you know that 70% of all adults have trauma, and yet only 1% of the health crisis is due to our genes, and the rest is our consciousness? So I've heard many people say, have you been told, oh, I have a genetic condition that was passed down to me? Well, guess what? Only 1% of all diseases, dis-ease, are actually passed down to you. The rest of them come from the way that we're being in our environment that is around us. And so what I want to do is show you how you can shift, because right now is the time. We are in the midst of a conscious revolution. We are at a critical time in our history. We are at the crossroads in this magical space in between. But we are so needed in this world right now, because 20 to 25% of LGBTQ people experience hate crimes in their life. 700 million women alive today were married as children. 1.2 million children are trafficked every year. 20.9 million people are victims of forced labor. How do we create and shift into something new when we live in a world where an ancestral, archetypal, patriarchal society that has honored violence, sexism, and racism? And as this way of being dissolves, we are entering a time when everything will be questioned. All that seemed real, true, and permanent will come into question. We are in this formidable breakdown before the breakthrough of a new consciousness. And we're here to create a sacred journey to healing your life and making a difference in the world, because that's what we're going to teach us. When we heal within, we heal without. So as we heal ourselves, we're able to help and heal the world more. And as this bubble that we've lived in is popped, the only possibility is for a new doctrine to be implemented. Those that have been speaking of this doctrine for years have considered some of this work to be new age or woo-woo or some other kind of new age nonsense. Yet, there is scientific proof that goes to show that techniques that we thought were woo-woo or spiritually based are actually based in science. And I have the science to prove it and to show to you with the techniques that we're working on. And so we want to shift, right? Shift out of this way of being into this whole new way of working and living together in the world. And yet we're living in a time where we're in a formidable breakdown, where everything seems to be falling apart. Just look at your lives and look at any time before any great new abundance or anything great happens. I say before every breakthrough, there is a breakdown. You must break down old beliefs, ideas, patterns, and ways of thinking so that you can break through to a new existence. And we are here, and the reason why this is the key time right now in this revolution is that it's based entirely on something that you and I are doing right now in this very moment. Alone and together and individually, we are creating and choosing the way that we think of ourselves and what we believe in the world to be true. And the revolution of the scientific understanding suggests that from our personal health and relationships to global war and peace, the reality of our lives is nothing more, nothing less than our belief waves in the forms of vibrations. And that's why I say that so many people have tried to shift, because they say, change your mindset. And I say, mindset is bullshit. Because if everybody could do it, everybody would be doing it right now. And so what we want to do instead is learn how to shift on a deeper level. We need to shift and override the genetic programming that has started into our systems, because the first 7 years of your life you are programmed. And 70% of what you've downloaded as a child is disempowering. Yet 95% of the rest of your life comes from that program. And yet they say that affirmations and mindset and NLP is another one, are things that are going to let you to completely shift your life, right? But why isn't it working for everyone? Our new understanding of the universe's mechanics show us that yes, the physical body can be affected by the immaterial mind. So thoughts, the mind's energy, directly influence how the physical brain controls the body's physiology. But there's something deeper than that. And that's what we're going to dive in today. Today, I'm going to show you how to start changing that programming. But instead of thinking, we should be feeling. I'm going to show you how to immediately start recoding your memories and shifting your emotions so that you can create miracles in your life. These techniques that will allow you to transform your trauma and patterns into life-altering experiences of creation. And I'll give you some of the science and the neuroscience behind this amazing work. We've been living in a society that's been organized and ran by the brain, but what if there's a way to heal that goes beyond medicine and doctors? And that's what we're going to do today, because I'm going to show you this little known secret that's quietly bringing together science and spirituality so you can connect to your inner essence to heal your trauma and manifest your divine future. This idea of this connection for intuitive intelligence and creating quantum miracles in your lives reflects a person's ability to connect with their heart, the collective consciousness, and the higher self, and how that improves performance, healing trauma, and manifesting the future. By using this work and connecting to the field, we get to facilitate thinking, understand meanings, and create profound change and heal the patterns and the trauma that connect us to this world. Just like I have done for myself, and I have seen thousands of clients all over the world do. Rather than responding to situations from habitual patterns that are not necessarily healthy or constructive, we get to address with new creative solutions. And these solutions can take into consideration the inner resources that we have, our deeper intuition and our core values, so that we can learn to intentionally align with and access our own intuitive intelligence, which can provide moment-to-moment guidance and empower heart-based living. When you change your energy, you change your life. Consciousness is creating your experience, and change your consciousness. The physical will change after you change your consciousness. So what does that really mean? Well, let's start to dive into it a little bit right here and right now. Let's first start, and I want to talk a little bit about the mind and memory. And when we think about recoding memories and changing our mind, right? Memory is creative. So 50% of what you talk about in the past isn't even true. And 95% of the time we're unconscious. So think about this. Think about a challenge that you've had in your past, or something that was a traumatic situation, or something that you have experienced. It's only 50% of what you remember is actually what happened. So for us to actually change and shift and heal, we have to go in and recode that memory, but not just on the level of what we remember in the mind, because the mind is creative. We have to shift it at an emotional and vibrational level. And so when we think about this, we are being lost. We've lost our free will to this program. 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day that we have, and 90% of them are the same. So what we want to do is learn how to shift and heal those brainwave patterns, shift the mind, shift the memory, so that we can do that. And today I'm going to teach you one of the processes that we use in the intuitive intelligence in the Quantum Miracles program that will allow you to start to shift immediately. And it's called what we call alchemical alignment. And alchemical alignment is one of the steps, the processes that we use to shift. And this is about stepping in and healing with the heart through heart intelligence and heart breathing. We heal trauma through our heart. The heart has appeared as a symbol to represent health, wisdom, intuition, guidance, and higher intelligence for years. The heart is a sensory organ that guides our decision-making ability as well as our understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. It's a symbol that transcends time, space, place, and culture. And it's commonly accepted premise that when we are connected to our heart's inner knowing, we can tap into its wisdom as a source of love and higher guidance. But what really is that? Really, we've heard of heart-centered living or live from your heart or, all of these things that we've heard over time. But what does that really mean? Well, it turns out that the heart has intelligence. The heart is actually thinking, feeling, and knowing for us. We can ask our heart to give us decisions. So instead of thinking with our brains, we've been taught for the last 300 years since science has come into key and this patriarchal system that we have, that you should think with your brain, make decisions with your brain, and that's how we should live in the world. And so we have disconnected our brains and our hearts from each other. And so instead of thinking and with our brains, we should be thinking with our hearts. But how do we actually do that? Well, that's what we're going to, one of the keys I'm going to teach you today is how do we drop in to the heart to do that. So about 20 years ago, there was research that has proven that the heart has a brain on it. The heart brain, it's called, has 40,000 special cells called sensory neurites that actually act like a brain. They act independently to think, learn, remember, feel, and sense. How is that possible? Well, let me tell you. You can't. Well, I've had people that have you heard the story of the woman who had her heart was transplanted in someone else, and that other person had the memories of that person. And so what we want to do is learn how to connect into the heart so that we can create what we call coherence. When we connect the heart and the brain together, we want to learn how to connect these two pieces and create coherence. When we add that together, we create a better vibe. So the research has proven that combining an intention or a thought, which, as we all know, acts as an electrical charge, with a feeling or emotion, which has a magnetic charge, we can change our biological energy. And when we change our energy, we change our lives. It is the union of these two elements that produces measurable effects on matter, moving our biology away from living in the familiar past to living in the future. When your heart becomes coherent, your nervous system responds by increasing the brain's energy, creativity, and intuition, which has a positive effect on virtually every organ in the body. Now, the heart and the brain are working together, causing you to feel more whole, connected, and content. And not only within your own body, but also with everything and everybody. So when we practice shifting to a more coherent state by using techniques such as heart breathing or lower chakra breathing, it increases our intuitive awareness and over time the establishment of a new baseline of reference patterns and sustained shifts in perception and worldview. So basically, you're shifting everything. I have a client that has been working with us, a student at the academy that started in June. And just by doing this simple heart breathing technique, she doubled her income within 3 months. She completely healed from some traumatic trauma that she had been experiencing, and she started to build a whole new business. Simple things that are going on when you connect into this. Recently at our conference, Transform Live in California, we had a young man at the age of 19 who had an eczema over his whole body. And through using this simple technique, within 3 days, his eczema started clearing. And another woman whose mother has cancer and had gone into the hospital. And when we taught her this simple technique, she was in the hospital because she was septic. The doctors called back and said, I don't know what happened or what's going on, but your mother's being released. She's no longer septic. And these are just the physical types of things. I used this technique for an event in New York City in 2015 for a woman who had been sexually trafficked, and she had some massive amounts of trauma and had a very difficult life. Within a year of learning these processes, she had completely healed from her trauma, had reconnected and had deepened her relationship with her daughter, started a whole new business, and got engaged to the love of her life. Amazing things that can start happening when you start to shift in to and create this new connection. This process elevates our consciousness, awareness of self and our connections, and allows us to actually start to heal. To heal, we must optimize the connection between our heart and our brain and harmonize them. This allows us to have access to deep intuition. It creates a conduit to the subconscious, super learning and super memory and super immune system responses. And when I teach you this first technique today, I'm going to let you dive deep in. We're going to open up and do heart breathing. And then I'm going to allow you to share your experience of what you've already started to feel just from this one moment. Because when you start to do this work, it triggers over 1,300 positive biological changes in your body. It accesses them simultaneously and directs them to healing, telling our bodies to create a variation of a gene. Because what they've discovered through epigenetics and through genetic programming is that a one gene expression can create 3,000 different proteins from the same gene. So when you have a disease or you have trauma or you have an emotion that is stuck in your body, that gene is expressing in a certain way and is creating pain, discomfort, and disease in our bodies. Maybe you have lower back pain or shoulder pain that never goes away. That's because there's an emotion from an event or an experience stuck in the actual tissues of your body, and your genes are producing the proteins that are recreating that over and over again. But by doing this heart breathing exercise, you immediately start to change that experience, and the body starts to create biological changes. And eventually what happens is your genes start to create new proteins that are then healing, and your body reverses. When you create this heart breathing and create the coherence in your body, what you're doing is creating what's called a 0.1 hertz, which is the same frequency as the planet. And so you're literally connecting into the planet so that you can turn your body and your experience into an antenna. And what you're doing is you're literally connecting the other part of your brain. Is called the pineal gland. And the pineal gland, which is in the crown of our head, is like the antenna. So thoughts are not contained in your head. You're broadcasting them into the world. And it is broadcasting a vibration. That vibration will attract the same. So think of like a radio or a TV. Whatever you send out will come back to you. And so what we want to do is start to shift and connect these two so that your antenna, the thoughts and the vibrations that you're sending out, will start bringing back new things to you in the field. And that's where we're going to create. So the pineal gland is a critical gateway to joining physical function with spiritual experience so that you can heal on a deeply transformational level. How does that sound so far? Getting excited yet? Me too. So your vibration is your vibration. You read the energy, and most important communication on the planet is energy and emotion. When we work with what's called the God field, which is the quantum field, the language of the field is emotion and vibration. So it's literally the secret behind the secret. How many of you have ever watched that movie, The Secret, right? We all heard about that, and everybody says, okay, I just have to sit and think about what I want and it'll come to me. Well, part of what they missed in that experience of telling everybody is the actual secret behind the secret is not just what you're thinking, because you can think positive thoughts all day long in your consciousness, but if you're not feeling them, then your body is not attuning yourself to the field to bring those experiences to you. So the moment you feel worthy and abundant, you will create wealth, you will create abundance, you will create an experience. We actually have this fun experience where we teach what's called live as if, where we vibrationally and energetically set someone into their future And that allows them to create that future today. And so instead of just thinking positive thoughts, changing your mindset, you have to change the heart and the motion and the feeling, your vibration that's going on below it. And and you have to be before it will show up in your life. So if you're having money struggles, or if you're having relationship struggles, or you have that trauma, the things that are from your past that are holding you in there are what's keeping you from actually creating a new future. You cannot create a new future from old programming and old systems. And so therefore you have to shift the body and the energy around that so that you can actually access your heart's wisdom and your heart's intelligence and shift into that being. So that's the experience that we want to do today. And we want to be able to do that so that we can connect into this field, into the collective consciousness, into the higher self, into the God field. What is exactly the God field? Well, it's one of the other pillars of the Quantum Miracles program, is understanding how the field works. The field are these invisible moving forces that affect matter. Everything is energy, and everything is energy in the quantum. So this is the place of all possibilities. Best way to predict your future is to create it from the unknown and know that all the potentials in the field exist as electromagnetic signals that you can collapse into time and space to bring them to you. And it starts with this first experience of the heart breathing and creating alchemical alignment. And once you have an experience where you can start to bring these together, then this will create a whole new shift throughout the world and for yourself. So you can use this to create a complete shift. Max Planck said all matter exists only because consciousness is creating your life experiences. If there's a field of possibilities and we are all connected to it, we can tune in to this channel and get the messages, healing, and learning. And that's what we want to do, right? So think of it as if it's like an elevator. Think of the infinite possibilities and the creations that are out there right now in your life. You've taken the elevator to maybe level 2, and you've gotten out of the elevator and you're living on floor number 2. Does that mean that floor number 3, 4, 5, 1, -1, 0 don't exist? No, they exist. You just don't see them because your mind only processes a certain amount of information at a time, right? And so the brain processes 400 billion bits of information a second, but we're only aware of 2,000 of those. So you've gotten off on the elevator and you're sitting at level 2, and yet the desires and the life that you want to create, the healing of the illnesses, the healing of the trauma, the healing of the mental challenges are maybe at level 1, or maybe they're at level 6. And you can't see them because your awareness and your perception are only allowing you to see the level, the floor that you got off on. And so part of what we do with alchemical alignment and the intuitive intelligence work is to teach you how to heal so that you can take the elevator to another level in the quantum, right? Another part of the God field, so that you can use that information and access information that's out there, access and heal from different experiences. Let me tell you a little bit about how that works. Think of it like this. How many of you have heard of the 100th monkey syndrome? This is a little bit about how the collective consciousness or the collective mind works. So there were some scientists that had been observing a type of Japanese monkey in the wild for more than 30 years. And one day the researchers dropped some sweet potatoes in the sand and then gave them to the monkeys. And one young monkey realized that if she washed the potato, it tasted nicer. Within a 6-year period, all of the young monkeys had learned to wash their potatoes before eating them, and had also taught this technique to their parents. Only the older monkeys persisted in eating the sandy potatoes. But then suddenly, all of the monkeys started washing their potatoes before eating them. Not only that, it jumped from, I'm talking all monkeys, not just the monkeys on this island, but the monkeys on the nearby islands, right? No one knows exactly how this happened, but it's thought that it was after 100 monkeys had learned to wash their potatoes. And then shortly after that, monkeys on nearby islands started washing their potatoes too, even though they had no physical contact with the original group. It was as if this new insight had jumped across the ocean, as if somehow the monkeys' minds were linked. It seemed that the monkeys had a monkey collective consciousness, right? And if this is true for monkeys, then it's not so far-fetched to think that we have the same thing for us. And that's exactly what part of the field is. And so as we do this work, as we heal ourselves, the same thing is going to happen. We're going to hit a critical, what I call critical mass number, whereas we heal our own trauma, we heal our own illnesses, we heal our own experiences, it will shift, and eventually the whole world will have the information and we will all shift and change together. My view is kind of like that the collective mind is a bit like the internet. You can access information that someone else has put there. And so that's part of what we teach in the Quantum Miracles is how do you access information? How do you access healing from others and from the field and create that? So the mind is the field, and the mind changes your body, and you're only a victim to what you believe that you're a victim to. So if you believe that you have a genetic issue or that you'll never heal from your trauma, then you never will. But if you can shift on a vibrational level, heal through the heart, then you'll be able to completely shift. The field is the sole governing space of the particle, and the field causes the disease that is around us, right? That's the experience. And so we got to heal that. And if you don't have an awareness or connection to the field, it doesn't exist for you. And yet all potentials in the field exist as an electromagnetic signal that collapses time and space to bring it to you. So today, what I'm going to share with you, and we're going to go into now, is how to do this alchemical alignment. We're going to start with this heart breathing and heart intelligence exercise. And then at the end of the call, I am going to share with you one of my favorite field exercises, manifesting exercises, and tell you how to get more of that. So just stay on and work through this, and we're going to give you all of this wonderful information. So first, we're going to access our heart's intelligence so that we can start to heal and shift. So first, I want you to just start to focus. And I like to start by closing our eyes to do this. Part of what we do in the intuitive intelligence, there's some great meditations that we teach and some focusing, but this is the first step. When you focus in and learn how to drop in and do this heart breathing, then you'll have these other shifts and you can dive deep into the other 5 steps of the Quantum Miracles program and really understand how to completely shift every area of your life. So I want you to just start to close your eyes and breathe and allow your awareness to move from your mind to the area of your heart. I like to place my hands in prayer in front of my heart, or place one hand over the other, because whenever you touch something, your mind automatically drops and goes there. But I want you to focus and move your awareness to your heart. This sends a signal to your heart that a shift has taken place. You're no longer engaged in the world around you, and you're now becoming aware of the world within you. Just begin to breathe a little more slowly than usual, allowing 5 to 6 seconds for your inhale and your exhale. This simple step sends a second signal to your body that you are safe and in a place that supports your process. And now what we're going to do is we're going to create a simple breath where you're going to breathe in for 5, hold for 5, and breathe out for 5. But there's a very specific pattern to how we do this to create the connection between the heart and the brain so that we can start opening up the pineal gland and start creating that connection. So first, now you've found out the center of your heart. You've found that space. Now what I want you to do is I want you to take one of your hands and I want you to just point on the top of the crown of your head, just so you get an idea of right exactly where that breath is going to go. Find that spot in the top of your head. I like to put a little indent with my fingernail so I know exactly where it's at. That's where the breath is going to go. We're literally going to be breathing up into that part of our head, holding it there, and then breathing back out. We're going to repeat that breath for 10 times. So what you're going to do is as you're breathing in, as you breathe in for 5, you're going to breathe in through your heart. So literally see, imagine, feel the breath flowing in through your heart. And imagine that it's going up a tube, up the back of your spine, like a golden tube, and it's going through your throat, up through your third eye, all the way to the crown of your head. And when it gets to the crown, you're going to hold for 5. And you're going to squeeze, so squeezing. And when we get into deeper into the mind and the memory in the Quantum Miracles program, you understand that squeezing is one of the ways that we actually activate the pineal gland so that you can become the antenna, the tuning fork to the universe, so that you can start to use the field to heal and use the field to manifest. So you're squeezing at the top, and then you're relaxing and letting that breath again flow back out through your heart. You're breathing in, and you're going to keep your mouth closed while you're breathing, and just literally this breath is coming in. We are all energy. Right in through the heart, squeezing at the top and back out. So here we go. Breathing in for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then hold and squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. And then again, breathing in, coming in through the heart, all the way up to the top. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hold it, and then breathing back out. You're going to keep repeating this, and as you do, breathing in and squeezing and breathing out, I want you to start to the best of your ability, you're going to feel a genuine sense of caring, appreciation, gratitude, or compassion for anything or anyone. The key to success here is for your feeling to be as sincere and heartfelt as possible. As described previously, it's the quality of this feeling that fine-tunes and optimizes the coherence and connection between your heart and your brain. So this is where we want to really create that connection. So I want you to start to feel that feeling. Open up so that the heart starts to shift, and that the healing, the torus around the heart starts to heal, that electromagnetic field. The heart is 5,000 times magnetically stronger than your brain and 100 times more electrically strong. And so the heart, the vibration, the emotion, right? The feeling is what the field responds to. The feeling is what creates the connection. The feeling is what allows us to heal. So start to feel that feeling. Just breathing it in. And as you continue to breathe, you can just start to breathe normal again, just breathing in through the heart, feeling it go up to that spot in the head you don't have to hold anymore, and then breathing out, just feeling that feeling of love or appreciation or gratitude. And as you continue just holding in, now that you've created this connection, it only takes 2 or 3 minutes a day to start to create this connection, to start to feel what this feels like. Breathing it in. And now we're going to start to drop into the heart to ask the heart a question. Heart intelligence, so we were just doing heart breathing, heart intelligence generally works best when the questions are brief and to the point. This will allow you to talk and to start to get answers to the challenges in your life. This teaches you how to start to tap into your intuition. Are you feeling that feeling of gratitude? From the place of love and gratitude is where the most transformative answers to your questions will come in your life. So think of a challenge or a situation that you have been having in your life. Or maybe a dream that you've been having that you can get heart wisdom to find the answers to. From this heart-brain connection and harmony that we establish, you're going to just simply ask this question, fill in the blank with the names of the people of what you're asking about, This is just a format, and but just know that the heart does not need a pre-course. It doesn't need an explanation. It doesn't need a story. And you will get an answer in the form of a feeling or words or colors or symbols or maybe all of those things. And so just asking from the place of my heart's deepest knowing, I ask to be shown the significance of, or show me the answer to, or what is the next step that I need in my life, in my business. How do I solve this problem? And then you're just going to become aware of how your body feels immediately as you're asking your question. Make a note of any sensations such as warmth or tingling or ringing of the ears or emotions that may arise. Everyone learns and experiences uniquely. There's no correct or incorrect way of receiving your heart's intelligence. The more in tune you are, the easier the questions will come. So we're just going to breathe with you and allow you to just take a few moments here to breathe in and experience and really see what comes up for you. And when you have your answer, I want you to just raise your hand or put a note in the chat to let me know. What is it that your heart wants you to know today? Once you've received an answer or a color or a picture or anything that gives you an answer to your question, that challenge that you're working through right now, I want you to just raise your hand. Awesome. And so see, we can get the messages from our heart, from from different areas, different ways like that, so we can really start to see what is it that we need to do to heal. How can we create this on a deeper experience? Does anybody else have anything that they want to share before I go on and talk about the rest of the pillars, the 5 steps of the quantum miracles, and then share with you how you can get more of this and all of the things that you can use to create. Okay. So as I promised you at the beginning of the call, we only have a limited amount of time while we're here together. So I wanted to show you a technique that's very powerful. Start using this technique 3 times a day, or for 3 minutes a day, and you will see massive shifts in your experience. But as you know, there's a lot more things that we can be doing and a lot more work that allows us to dive even deeper into this. So in Quantum Miracles, the 5 categories of that we work into and we dive deep into are the mind, the memory, and the mind. So we go into how do you recode memories from your past that have trauma. How do you shift and rewire the synapses in the brain so that we can shift out of a beta brainwave and work in the field with the alpha and the theta and the delta and the gamma, right? These other brainwaves that are actually allow us to heal. And so that's one pillar and one step is understanding that you can shift and recode your memory and completely shift the past, and so that you're living and creating from a new experience. And then the alchemical alignment is understanding how we can open up the heart field, how we can step into heart intelligence and start to use the heart as our basis for everything, create coherence, and then shift and know that trauma is healed through the heart, and that by creating a connection with the heart sends a signal to the brain, and the brain sends a signal to the body to heal, and the body starts to heal. And I've seen people completely shift right out of an experience that they were in and completely heal from that. Monica was one of the people that's done this work with the Quantum Miracles, and she said it was the first time that she ever ascended that she was actually able to actually heal and change. And I say, if you've tried everything, we have people done Landmark and Gratitude and Tony Robbins and NLP. If you've tried everything, then come here and we'll show you how to completely heal. Dr. Christine, she said she'd been struggling with a relationship with her family member as long as she can remember. And she said after doing this work, she was dealing with this person on a very different level. Her stress is reduced. She feels more at ease. And she says intuitive intelligence has changed her life, and it's been continuing to work in all areas of her life. And that's what you want to do, right? We want to create this. And so then, but once you start to heal, once you start to change, we teach you how to work with the God field. How do you actually shift the field around you so that you can create? How do you, like things such as telepathy? How do you send messages on the field? How do you download information from the field? Some of the great minds that are out there have talked about how they get these downloads, these information, and that comes from the field. That comes from connecting in and being able to use the field. Remote viewing is another one, right? Like these ways of completely shifting in from this experience. And so we teach you that space. How do you connect into the field? The next step is understanding how our intuition, intention, and the integration of the body works. Emotions and vibrations are stuck in the body and they cause pain. So Kinsia said that she had sciatica pain, and by doing this, she said immediately after her first call, her sciatica pain lessened and her headache went away. When we start to release emotions out of the body and we use the body as an integration, we can actually heal at a core level. Another woman that we had says, I've taken many courses to become a better healer, NLP, hypnotherapy, transformational coaching method. And she says that intuitive intelligence blows away what is out there. It goes deeper than any other program she's taken and really goes to the core challenges for herself and for her clients. She was in our intuitive intelligence certification and training. I had a gentleman that came to our Quantum Miracles retreat last year in Bali, and within 10 days of leaving the retreat, he had lost 10 pounds. Now, he wasn't working on losing weight. That wasn't his goal, but that's what happened by just doing this work and healing at a core level some of the abandonment and not fitting in issues that he had from his childhood. So we don't realize how much these things from our childhood and these things can be connected in. And your flaws and your issues and your challenges will carry over into everything that you do, to the businesses that you create, to the careers that you take, to the relationships that you have, and all of those experiences. So we want you to be able to completely shift. And then the last pillar is conscious creation. And conscious creation is the manifestation, is how do you actually manifest and create on a core level, right? How do you use the field once you've learned how to connect into it and shift that? How do you completely shift and use the field as a way to heal? So what my offer for you today, what I want to do to help you to take the next step and to really learn these practices on a deep core level is we have an intermediary program that is perfect so that you can start to dive deep into Quantum Miracles and how to use this process in your life. We have our Quantum Miracles retreat, which is coming up in Australia, which is amazing. But this is it's called the Quantum Miracles Blueprint. And in the Quantum Miracles Blueprint, we go week by week through the memory and the mind, alchemical alignment, the God field, intuition and integration, and conscious creation. Yay, Australia, yes. Hi, Renee. And in the Quantum Miracles Blueprint, what we do is I take you from end to end to learn the techniques that you need to start healing mental illnesses, physical illnesses, and trauma in your life. This is a simple 5-week program that starts to give you the basis that you need so that you can completely transform. Want to make more money? We have people that have doubled and tripled their income by using the techniques in Quantum Miracles. want to have better relationships and find the love of your life. We've had 3 people in just the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months that have all gotten engaged, and they all say that they attribute it to doing this work through intuitive intelligence. We have people that have manifested and created a new business and a new life out of everything that they're doing, and all of those things. So what I want you to do is, if you are near your computer, and I'm going to put this in the chat for you, I want you to go and check out our program. It's intuitiveintelligencetrainings.com, intuitiveintelligencetrainings.com/miracles. And what I'm going to do today, and what I want to offer to each of you that's on this call and for the training of this promotion, is that trainings.com/miracles, is that you can, I'm offering this program for $600 off. So the cost of the program is $997. And during this promotion, what we're going to do is we're offering it for only $397. And so you get to spend 5 weeks learning these practices on a deep level, understanding more about heart breathing, understanding how to do lower chakra breathing, getting into the deep and working step by step to go in and heal your past. You're going to learn how to create levels of consciousness. How do you rise into a new conscious level? How do you shift so that you can reprogram your brain, and that you can heal and use this in different aspects. We have people that have gone on to build businesses, gone on to create massive shifts in their life, created better relationships with their family. And when you heal yourself, guess what? The other people in your life heal too. So whatever work you do for yourself, it allows you to heal also. So when you come in and you use the Quantum Miracles Blueprint, we are going to give you this huge discount today. And then I'm also going to give you a couple of amazing bonuses that I think are going to be completely powerful for you. We have what's called the Intuitive Intelligence Sacred Circle, and that's live calls that we have that you're going to get a 2-month free trial. These Sacred Circle calls we charge a monthly fee of $500 a month for them, and you're going to get them for free. You're going to get 2 months for free. Where you get to come in and do deep work with other amazing women and entrepreneurs and healers that are around the world, that are doing deep work. And this is where our student Elena completely changed her life in 3 months. So in 2 months, between doing the Quantum Miracles Blueprint and coming into our Sacred Circle, everything in your life could change. So during this promotion, I'm going to gift you that $1,000 and allow you to come into our Sacred Circle for the next 2 months and heal and transform with us. And then on top of all that, Transform Live is a 3-day conference and event that will completely change your life. And you're going to get a free ticket to that. Tickets to Transform Live are $497. I'm going to gift you a ticket to the Quantum Miracles Transform Live. Live one, and you can come to any one of them that we have. We have one coming up in Australia. We have one in California next year. And so depending on where you want to come, you'll just know that you have a ticket in the pocket. But I'm going to tell you also how you can get this program for free. Does anybody want the program for free? Yes, we all do. And at the end, I'm also going to share with you the manifestation and how to get this wonderful information about manifesting. And part of the Quantum Miracles program is to teach you how to manifest. What if you could just do like I did on a call with my clients on a Sacred Circle, and I told them to prove how the field worked. I said, I'm going to manifest $5,000 in the next 48 hours, and it's going to come from nowhere that I know, no person, no thing, nothing. And I'm just going to create it out of somewhere. And sure, within 24 hours, I had someone buy my $5,000 program that we have don't know who they are, didn't know anything about them. It was completely manifested it out of the field. So you can learn how to do those manifestation experiences in the Quantum Miracles program. So you're going to get that 2-month trial in the Intuitive Intelligence Sacred Circle. You're going to get a ticket to Transform Live, which is something that is going to allow you to come in person and do this really deep work for 3 days with amazing people from all over the world. And what I'm also going to offer is to the first 5 people that sign up for the Quantum Miracles Blueprint, you're going to get a one-to-one healing session with me. And it's going to be a 30-minute session which is a $500 value, where you're going to get to work with me one-to-one, and I'm going to help you shift something completely in your life so that you can absolutely change. And that is probably it's important that you really pick the right person to work with you. Georgiana was one of somebody that worked with me and did some of these sessions. And she said it's important to pick the right healer and coach for you. She said, in the past, I spent $10,000 for a coach when I was beginning, and the result, I spent $10,000 on a coach. That was my journey necessary for my growth, and I learned to use discernment. Not all healers and coaches are created equal. I changed, transformed, and learned more in 4 private sessions with Melissa Binkley than ever. I have become a healer that can charge those fees. I know who I can help and who would be better off coaching with someone else, and I'm attracting the right clients for me. So that is what I want for you. You want you to be able to open doors into your world and to create a complete shift. Paige said, it's been officially 1 year since you've helped me turn my life around from disliking my body to absolutely loving myself. You're a huge reason why I'm so confident today. Not only do I love myself, but I'm not scared to stand up and speak for myself anymore. This is the way, if you want to shift, I want to help you to go through and do that. So the first 5 people that come into the program during this promotion will get a one-to-one healing session with me. So your bonuses alone are worth quadruple what the program is. The 2-month trial is $1,000, and you're getting that for free. You're getting a ticket to Transform Live for $497 for free. And if you sign up in one of the first 5, you'll get a $500 session with me as my gift. But that's only for the first 5 that come in, because I don't have that much time, as much as I would love to. So you can use in the over on intuitiveintelligencetrainings.com/miracles. If you use the code QM3, it will give you the discount. And that will give you the discount to give you the $600 off. So you get the program for only $397. And so now let's go in, and I'm going to teach you a little bit about I'm going to give you a exercise to start working with to start manifesting in your life. I promised at the end I would give you a manifesting exercise. So I want you to do that right now. So what I want you to do is get out a piece of pen and a paper so that you can start to see the universe, know how the field works. And I call this experiment, I call it Show Me What You Got. And the intention here is to find the field. And awareness is the key to connecting to the God field. And in the Quantum Miracles program, you get to learn how to go deeper into using the field, and you'll get other experiments on how to manifest specific things, how to see things differently, how to use the field in a different way. But I'm going to teach you a small one real quick. You have infinite possibilities, but to see the magic of the universe, you have to engage with it and create awareness for the beauty in your life. So you got to prove once and for all that there's an abundant, loving force out there that's ready to rain blessings on you. Yes, right? Yeah. So the rules here is that you want proof, irrefutable proof of the field, and we want it now. And so you're going to devote the next 48 hours to looking for proof of the God field. So I want you to look at the time right now. Right here, for me, it's 5:10 Pacific, 5:10 p.m. Pacific. So whatever time it is in your part of the world, I want you to write it down. And then the deadline is 2 days from now at the exact same time. So then now write down that deadline. Right? And then how do we start to create this? So you're going to ask for a gift in this experiment. But you don't get to specify what the gift is. So some of the gifts that people have gotten while doing this, I've had people at my events all over the world. And one woman had been waiting for an event in New York, had been waiting for her green card for 3 years. And within 48 hours with doing this experiment, she got her green card. I had another woman at an event in California who did this experiment, and she got something really silly, because it can be all sorts of different things, right? She had the ice machine on her freezer had been broken for 18 months, not working, completely broken. They just didn't get anybody to come out and fix it. And within 48 hours, it started making ice and working again, right? Silly thing that happens. So another person came in and had a physical healing, completely healed a neck pain within 48 hours. So whatever it is, you're going to ask for a gift in this experiment, but you don't get to specify what the gift is. You're going to ask the field to show you proof of its existence and give it a time frame and write down everything that is a blessing that shows up in the next 48 hours. So what I want you to do is I want you to start that heart breathing again, right? So we're going to step in, connect in, start to breathe through your heart, breathing that breath in, allowing it to come up to the top of your head, and then breathing out. And then I want you to feel a feeling of love, appreciation, or gratitude for the blessings that are already there, that are coming to you, that haven't shown up yet. Know that this is going to show up. And as you're in this state of gratitude and blessing, what you're doing is you're moving your body into a theta and alpha state, which is where you actually connect into the field and shift. From this place of gratitude, I want you to, and say it however you want, but you say out loud or in your mind, ask the universe, the field, to show you proof of its existence, and tell it that you need it. Give it the deadline. Say, within the next 48 hours, by this time on this day, I want to see blessings and miracles in my life. And I want irrefutable proof, meaning I want to know that this is a blessing and a miracle. Show it to me, and show it to me right now. And staying in that space of gratitude and experience. And then the key here is, once you have done that and said that, you surrender. Let it go. And know that it is coming to you. Do not worry about it. Do not think about how you're going to find it. Just look for it and know that it's going to show up in your life. In the Quantum Miracles program, we go deep into understanding how we allow this surrender, how we go into this intuition, in this integration, how we use the manifestation so that we can awaken to our healing. This program is a definitive way to understand how to start into the beginning of this work. I mean, we have larger programs, we have certifications and trainings, and we do this work all over the world. Oh, but I told you I was going to tell you how to get this program for free. Right? If you want this program for free, what I'm going to do is we have a retreat coming up in Australia. The retreat in Australia is in November. We also have retreats coming up in Bali next year and some other amazing places. If you are interested in a retreat or a program of ours, one of our bigger programs, we have trainings and certifications. Sign up to have a conversation with a clarity coach. And if you take any of these other programs or come to one of our retreats, I will gift you this program as my gift. It'll be part of what I give you when you come to one of our other programs. So you get it completely for free. And so I want to share this work with you on any level possible. And live immersion is one of the most powerful ways to do this work. And so by showing up for yourself, I want to show up for you. So if you are interested in coming to one of those programs, what I'm going to do is I'm putting in a little link right here into the chat box. And you can sign up in the next 24 hours to talk to a clarity coach or myself, whoever comes and shows up. And we will share with you about our other trainings and programs and our retreats. And I will give you the program for free if you come into one of our other programs. So you'll get this as a gift. Along with all of the bonuses, I will still give you the Sacred Circle and the Transform Live and the healing session with me. So now what I'm going to do is just going to, and again, so if you're looking for any of these things, I'm going to allow you to just think about the Quantum Miracles. Again, you get the program for, during this promotion, what's going on right now, for $600 off, so don't wait. We have a 2-month trial in the Sacred Circle, which is $1,000 value that you're going to get as our gift, and a ticket to Transform Live. Again, we have one coming up in Australia, and we have one coming up in California next year. So Transform Live is our conference that we do on a yearly basis, and then our one-to-one healing session. The first 5 people that sign up get the one-to-one session with me as my gift. So thank you so much.